welcome to Dorker Realms. With the latest edition of Dungeons & Dragons, the role-playing game hobby has become more popular than ever, with games becoming more streamlined and placing a higher emphasis on the role-playing aspect of the game. While many new players are brought into the scene by D&D, there's a movement amongst some players called the Old School Revival, taking inspiration from the adventure and game design of the earliest editions of D&D and bringing them into the modern era. These games and adventures emphasize the weird, the challenging, and the hardcore. Here at Dorker Realms, we take a group of players more accustomed to the new school and run them through old school adventures. Will they adapt to the challenges before them and find fortune and glory, or will their modern sensibilities lead them only to despair and madness? Hello, and welcome to Dorker Realms. This is part 6 of Blood Moon Rising. Though the adventures can be listened to in any order, we recommend starting with the first episode of any given adventure. We go now to the table to delve into Dorker Realms. So, Uric and the rest of the brothers slowly get to their feet with Gron's help. This magician must have been intent on consorting with those demons beyond the arch. And thankfully, his machinations have been put to an end. Shall we finish what we started? He kind of picks up his hammer.
Are they damaging the arch? Or the arch?
Well, they were, as they were.
Oh, okay. I was kind of wondering if it would be like indestructible when they went to break it.
Yeah, I was thinking you start to work on the arch, and I was expecting to be, but nothing happened. Or, but after an hour, it's still,
Yeah.
I was totally expecting that.
So, the two of you and the 6 members of the Brotherhood of St. Garan, you pretty much make short work of this arch with your hammers, and when it topples down, it actually explodes in a bright flash of light with the sound of a thunderclap. Make a saving throw versus breath weapon.
Oh, no. There's no way.
So you have just him? Both of us?
Both of you.
So you roll a d20 and you have to beat the number that you have on your saving throws.
Yep.
If you meet it, is that still a success?
Yes.
Okay.
Like 8.
Okay, 13.
Nope.
Alright, so Ari is knocked down on the ground, and you lose your hearing for 5 minutes.
Great, I'm slow and deaf.
Only 5 minutes, you're fine.
Most of the brothers are also knocked down, but Gron and Friar Uric are alright. And actually now a pillar of smoke is rising up over the bluff, and Bindel and all the villagers can see it all the way from Garrington. And you kind of get the impression that you can see like the face of an angry demon glaring through the haze of the smoke until it finally dissipates. And with the deed done, Gron and Uric can help the others to their feet and slowly begin their descent to return to the village, proud of their accomplishment of destroying this evil gate. Meanwhile, back in Garrington, Bindel casually strolls back into the monastery, and one of the brothers is there, and he looks up, and he's like, oh, Bindel, you're back!
Well, of course.
We worried you might have crawled off in the night and curled up in the corner somewhere to die.
What? No, I'm healed. It's a miracle.
It is a miracle. Saint Garan be praised. He must have looked down and seen the heroic deeds of Gron and granted his blessing to Gron's loyal follower.
He's my follower. I'm the one in charge. I'm the one who killed the orc.
Sure you are, son. Sure you are. Is that prune juice?
Yeah, it's for my good friend Neil Goblinson.
Oh, good. You can sit by his bedside for a bit. That old man is quite surly at times.
I hope this church burns down. I go and give the prune juice to Neil Goblinson.
Ah, great.
Yep. Drink it up. I just got it fresh.
Oh, yeah, it's just great. Just I every time I go to sip, I just start
Interrupt
another.
yourself.
Yeah, I just like try to talk about a different subject.
No. You must drink some of it. It's good for your constitution. It'll really help clear you out.
I think I'm doing really.
Just tilt it up a little bit. I
Alright.
try to reach the bottom of the thing and tilt it with my hand.
I stop fighting it. I start like imbibing.
Well,
Good.
it tastes like prune juice, unfortunately.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you'll get better soon, buddy. And with that, I get up and leave.
All right.
And I go to get my block and tackle.
Okay. About halfway to the quarry, you find Gran, Ari, and the brothers returning with, kind of relieved looks on their faces. The returning champions, so to speak. And the friar looks rather surprised to see your miraculous recovery.
Yes, a miracle. I am healed.
Garan be praised.
Indeed. And no one else, just Garan. The great saint that he is healed me. Anyway, I came to pick up my block and tackle.
We got the parts of it.
Oh.
I'm do what I can to help you fix it, but there was this mage who showed up. And,
Oh, where's that? Did we
he's-
rummage through his pockets?
Are we carrying the body back, or did we leave it up there?
Well, I mean, no one said they wanted to take it with
I'm
them,
going up
so
there.
it's,
I take the grappling hook back and go up and throw it up and then walk my way back up the steep cliff.
All right. So, I assume Gran and Ari head back to Garrington while he does that.
Sure. Gran doesn't need to go do anything that could damage him anymore.
I thought I died.
No,
You're just deaf.
you're very much alive. Your hearing's even back by now.
Didn't we all think we died?
So, you find the tanner. Yeah. He smells even worse than usual because he has all the stuff from the tannery and also his insides have been pushed outside, so to speak.
Oh my god! He
That's-
shat out his intestines?
Pungent.
Oh, you whack-a-mole him! It's like ruining a Thanksgiving dinner.
So, he's wearing a nice, gold and silver necklace. He's got like a gold ring on. He's got two onyx little stones in his pocket, and he is carrying 62 silver pieces
Ryan's
and
gonna... Sorry.
59 copper pieces.
59 copper?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm also going to dig a grave that's probably pretty shallow because that's not really what I'm good at, and push him in. And then cover it back up.
I think you killed a pimp.
I mean, we at least gotta, bury him.
That was nice of you.
And then I'm gonna go back down the hill.
Alright. So, once the brothers get back, they start setting up for the noon commencement of the ceremony.
And obviously head back.
Yes. You guys get back a little bit earlier, and you see all the villagers starting to file over to the square where...
Just come back all blinging.
I just want to have a brief aside to say that I love that Ari broke into the monastery supplies, and neither of you two was like, grab one more for Neil. It's already open. Just...
I thought about at some point going back and stealing some, but I feel like that it would be pretty easy to figure out who did it if we did it while we were in there, so...
Yeah, it sure would be hard to figure out what happened to the healing potion with the man walking around proclaiming it's a miracle.
It was
and
a
he
miracle.
suddenly
They live in a
recovered.
monastery. They're legally obligated to believe that kind of thing.
And if they don't, it's best for the village. Guaranteed.
So, short...
Guaranteed.
Oh, I was gonna make that joke.
Oh,
It was
God.
such low-hanging fruit, I avoided it.
Oh,
You're
God.
guaranteeing me.
I'm glad someone went for it.
So, a short while after, Bindel returns as well with his new look,
digs.
his fabulous new bling.
What, he washes beard?
I wish I like put the ice in like gaps in my mouth, like.
What are you doing? What is in your teeth?
It's a good look, right?
No.
Oh. Ugh.
You have a dead man. You didn't wash those. You're just tasting dead wizard fingers.
I'm going to absorb his power.
Is that how it
We're
works?
like Highlanders.
I've never seen a Highlanders. Never mind.
Is that how it works?
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
I guess that makes sense.
It's not actually like them, though. It's their stuff.
Hmm.
Doesn't make it better. Sorry.
Friar Urich begins his noonday speech, and this time he gives an abbreviated summary of Drawn and Bindel's adventures during the night, their terrible discovery, their daring rescue of the artist Brant Arwell,
Thank God someone remembers me.
and informs the villagers of... a lot of them were quite concerned over this strange sight they saw in the morning, and he tells them the story of how, along with brave Gron and his companion Ari, they went to the top of the mountain and destroyed the horrible demon arch. And
At least they stopped calling you a follower.
Just like in real life, I have been downgraded to be an accessory to my boyfriend.
and the villagers praise the lot of you as heroes. Obviously, Gron gets a higher praising. Neil Goblinson. Neil Goblinson isn't really mentioned in the story. The villagers come and they give you like little gifts of fresh fruit and local sausages, stuff like that.
Put your
and,
pants back on. I don't want your fruits or your sausages.
But it's local. When are we going to have local fresh sausages and handly picked fruit?
And
Gron will offer some to his comrades as he heartily feeds himself.
And then they begin the procession over to the meadow to begin the day's honor game of the games of St. Garan.
Day 3.
Day 3.
Yeah.
Give it up for day 3.
Whoop.
Whoop whoop.
Do I heal? This time?
Yeah, later.
I think we
Okay.
did. Yeah, you.
We
At
already
the end
did
of the
healing
day,
for
you'll
today.
get your daily healing.
Yeah, some of us more than others.
What is your HP at again?
1.
Oh, okay.
Of 4.
Yeah.
Okay, it's cool.
So then, but after today, since you'll be at half, you'll then also recover HP in the night as well.
So you're basically full heal after today.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, today you'll heal 1, and then the next day you'll full heal.
It's been a very eventful.
I'm so sorry.
I mean,
You got some prune juice.
I got some prune juice.
So, the festival, or the procession makes their way over to the festival, and the day's activities begin. You notice some jealous glares from that guy
Mercenary
with
company?
the goatee from the mercenary company, the Wilder company.
Maybe he'll try and kill you in the middle of the night, then you'll kill him, and we'll have one less competitor.
But not before he reduces me to like 1 hit point.
-2.
Well, then if I was reduced to -2, then you'd have 2 less competitors.
Exactly. It'd be a win-win for me. But I'd have to beat Big Animar, which seems probably pretty hard.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So, what are you guys gonna do?
Well, what's
Well,
the?
in one of the games.
Yeah,
Are
we're
you
going to
heading
the
over
games.
to the
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
That's what we- that's what we're here for.
Watch the games.
I mean,
I need the mantle of St. Garan.
Alright, so you get over there in the meadow, and you notice there's a bunch of horses that have been
Oh, boy.
gathered, and you see some log fences set up of
Rodeo!
three different
no.
heights. And as the brothers call the first fighters forward, they partake in a test of horsemanship, where they have to jump the log fences in order, because, you know, a great warrior has to be able to ride his steed in combat, you know.
Sure, yeah.
That's
So,
the worst thing for a
I know. This might be even worse than balancing on the logs.
Yeah, you get a negative? Do they give you a pony?
A Shetland pony?
No, they can't give me lower fucking... No, I'm just gonna have to, like... I can stand on the horse and probably be about as balanced as sitting.
They'll, the brother kind of in charge of getting everyone ready comes over and he asks, do you have your own horses to enter in the competition with?
No, unfortunately not.
You have Muley.
Well, we have some horses that you can
Some
loan.
loner horses?
Yeah, yes, indeed.
Bring out the loner.
Shouldn't everyone have to use loners?
Why?
Because that'd be more fair. You'd actually test our skill instead of our horses.
A real warrior has his own horse.
Oh, yeah, whoever yelled that is absolutely correct.
Thanks!
Alright, so finally they call Garan Glitterbeard to come forward and partake in the test of the steed.
Gron will use the fence to climb up onto his loner horse, because there's no way he's gonna stir up in that shit.
Alright, so you will be making a wisdom check. Unfortunately, due to being unfamiliar with the mount, you will have a -2.
-2, alright, that's gonna be awesome. Gron is going to grandstand a little bit like standing up on the horse and be like,
There's huge applause from the crowd.
Now you should all be throwing bets on whether I'm gonna land on me butt or me head.
There's uproarious laughter from the crowd.
Whoa! That's a 17.
Alright, Gron gallops forward and clears the first of the log fences.
Ari
and,
loses his mind.
as
Gron is probably surprised as anybody.
as do many of the audience, so
Several of the women spontaneously become pregnant.
the second test will be made at a -4 total.
Alrighty. That will be a 9.
So you kind of run up to the fence, but you're not able to coax the horse over it, and as you're thrown from the horse when it rears up, make a D20 dexterity roll.
I tell you, I'm just gonna slowly be killed over the course of this adventure.
Just slowly chip down.
11.
Alright, so you're able to kind of roll into the fall, and you don't
I land
take
in a
any
mud
damage.
pit.
Bindell L. Johnson.
We're walking up there, and I pull out some oats from my pocket and give it to the horse. I'm alright, we do good. You get the rest of this. It's a whole bag of it. You can have all of it.
Oh man, you didn't get your blessing from Neil at the beginning of the day.
Look, he's tired and old. I can't expect him to bless me for everything. I can ride a horse.
Can you?
It's a -2 for the horse being unknown, right?
Yep.
14.
Alright, Bindell gallops up and manages to jump the first fence.
Yeah, you got this, Bindell!
You get a pretty nice level of applause from the audience. I mean, not quite Glitterbeard levels, but pretty good.
A 10 exactly.
Alright, you just barely managed to clear the second fence.
Gron will bang his hammer on his shield.
That was at -4.
Yes.
And the last one shall be at -6.
10.
Alright.
+1 from my thing.
Awesome!
It's narrow, but you just barely managed to coax the horse to clear that fence to uproarious applause from the crowd.
I pull out the rest of the oats
I
I
was
was
about
pulling
to
from and give it to the horse.
You keep your word about those oats. I'd find you.
As you kind of trot up to get off the horse, a man comes over to you and he's like, "Oh, you sure know how to handle her. I've never seen someone ride a steed for the first time with such skill."
I'm a natural animal person. You just have to have a way with them.
I'm Ian of Londis. I actually provided the horses for people without their own.
Well, this is a fine horse, Ian.
Well, seeing how well you get along with her, I'd be willing to sell her to you for half price.
Oh, how much is that?
50 silver.
Is there an upkeep cost on horses?
You have to buy them food, but
Besides that, it's pretty easy. All right.
and you might have to pay some stabling depending on where you
Yeah,
go.
yeah,
but yeah.
Oh, I can't pass down buying the horse that did so well for me. Absolutely. Now I give him the 50 silver.
He shakes your hand,
Nice.
with a smile, and you've got yourself a riding horse.
Ah, excellent. I'm moving up in the world.
Yeah.
It's like buying your first car.
Yeah, kinda. Yeah. And you just got that silver from the wizard, right?
44.
Yeah.
How serendipitous.
So I'm going to name this horse Horsey and then go tie it up next to Muley.
And hope they don't make another muley.
That'll be Burrow.
Jenny? Jen.
Not Burley.
No, it'll be Burrowy.
Burry?
Burrowy.
So all you had to do was bury an already killed wizard, and that's basically how you got your money?
Wait, I thought the mules were sterile because
Usually.
Okay.
Not always.
Not always.
Burrows are the one that's the cross between the mule and the horse, right?
Mule's a cross between a horse and a donkey.
Oh,
A
okay.
burro is a type of donkey, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But just like ligers, mules are not exclusively
right,
sterile,
right.
just usually.
All right. So,
What a great music album.
what else are we doing
Usually
today?
Sorry, you're drinking. I'm sorry.
Oh, after that, I want to go find Gron, and then we'll go find Deidre.
Oh. Yeah, go see her taking care of Mr. Arwell.
What? I don't care about that. I want my money.
Yeah. Oh, and so I assume he gets 3 points for the day then?
He
Because
did.
he cleared all 3 hurdles? Yeah.
How
so
the others do?
Varying levels. You can watch if you want to watch them individually.
Oh yeah, I thought we had to because they went before us.
How'd the giant woman do?
All right. Well, let's watch. She's actually going to go after you. So.
Yeah, for some reason I thought we went
Yeah,
last.
they finally called Gron Glitterbeard.
Yeah,
so I
there
assume-
were a few people, but you
Okay.
kind of went in the middle of the
Okay,
group.
yeah, no, we definitely want to watch the rest of the contest then.
All right, so let's see here. Yeah, fine. Okay. So as for Big Animar, she actually. Wait, hang on. I have to double check her modifier here. Since it's not listed.
0.
She
Falls
lived-
off the horse. No wisdom. Because Conan doesn't have any wisdom.
I was going to say she lets the horse ride her.
She just picks up the horse and
Whoa.
jumps over the fence.
That's what I meant.
This is a family-friendly podcast.
Yeah, and if you go down that path, you're in the gutter.
So she actually apparently is not much of a horseman, and kind of gets thrown on the first log.
Ari
So-
yells, "It's alright, lady, you're a steed of your own!"
She seems very happy with that.
I look at Ari, we're like, we really need to work on your phrases.
You ever put a saddle on a woman?
I don't know what that means.
The town is very prudish. Everyone just starts blushing, looking away.
Look, I've read multiple books on the subject of talking to women.
Talking to women.
I'm a virtual expert, a virtuoso, if you will,
I
based
won't.
on my knowledge alone.
I won't.
At least 4 or 5 books.
How many women have you had sex with since we got here?
I even read Galgan's
Gilligan.
Galgan's Bestiary of Extraordinary Beasts.
boy. Alright.
Illustrated.
Gross.
In depth.
But don't take my word for it. Ba-dum-bum.
So the rest of the fighters have performances across the board. Some fine, some awful, a few great. 2 of the favorites of the day are well, not including Bindel, who absolutely nailed it, but Sir Quinn, the leader of the Wilder Company, and another competitor named Mikhail Vetter are 2 of the standout performances that you kind of pick up that they're favorites for possibly winning the games as well.
Well, hopefully they take issue with Grom Glitterbeard, and then they go and try and fight him, and Grom's like, I'll show you what the hammer's for, and then he breaks their knees.
I think at this point you're more of a threat to them than Gron is.
Yeah, but you got the reputation.
That's true.
If they take you down, they're the new Grom.
Yeah, I guess that's how that works.
Alright.
After the number one.
So, I guess we'll go find Deidre then. They go and get you, and I'm like, we gotta get paid, man.
We should certainly see how he's doing.
What? True.
Or well, the reason she's paying us because we rescued him.
Oh! Yeah, I guess. I just want the money.
Alright, so you two head
We
for...
found him?
Yes, he had.
I was pretty delirious.
Ari's gonna follow.
That's fair.
So you're looking for Deirdre amongst the festival goers?
Yeah, I guess we'll ask around too, because it's a small town.
Yeah, she might not be at the festival. She might be like caring for him wherever they're staying.
Alright, so you ask around and make your way through, and eventually you find out where she is, and you start heading in that direction. You pass a bard who's kind of strumming his lute and singing some songs about the heroic tales of Tormik Garan.
I throw a couple coppers to him.
Like, oh, thank you, sir, thank you. You look like connoisseurs of rare artifacts, perhaps?
Ooh, I'm always looking for new rare artifacts.
Indeed. And I see you look quite quick with a blade, my friend, he says, looking at Ari.
Well, I did cut a man off a block and tackle once.
I don't know what that means.
It's very impressive.
But get a load of this. He kind of pulls out a little object wrapped in cloth, and he sort of pulls the cloth open to reveal a dagger that has kind of runes inscribed along the blade, and it has a large arrowhead-shaped ruby set into it as its pommel. This magically enchanted dagger that I happened to come into possession of not long ago. I would be happy to part with it for only, say, 150 silver?
I'm not much of a dagger user, so it's really how badly Ari wants it.
Ari can't afford it.
Yeah, but we could afford it after we go get paid.
If you could keep him occupied, we can go get our money and come back for you.
Oh, occupied.
What? No.
Just like a little, just...
I don't know what any of that gesturing means.
Oh, just steal the dagger.
No, that's not...
I mean, I could do that.
I don't...
That's what you meant, right?
No.
But I could do that.
Maybe we should take a couple steps back. We'll be right with you.
All right, but this is truly one of a kind.
Yeah. We're just taking 2-3 steps. We need to confer on our finances for a moment.
All right. I mean, if 150 is too expensive, I could perhaps sell it for 120 silver pieces.
80.
80? You must be.
You have better offers?
Well, how about 100 silver pieces?
I didn't
could
hear
let
you.
it
I
go
didn't hear
for
you
that.
say that you had better
I can
offers.
go.
I want to make sure that such a fine dagger finds a home with one who can truly make the most of
I
its
can get to
abilities.
85. I mean, how do we even know it's magical? It's just fancy.
You can feel the magic coursing through it. 90 silver.
I'm gonna
and
have
it's
to
yours.
feel the magic coursing through it for myself before.
Okay, I mean, he kind
Sure that's
of
probably happened.
holds the top of the handle as he offers it to you because he doesn't want you to run away with it.
No, I just want to make sure it's not cursed or something. It's not gonna murder the first person who touches it because Ari's the least useful person here. So
I don't know about that. You're like the only one who can open the locks and do all sorts of
for
shit.
the one time that's been useful
You
in the
must
entire
have too.
You're
game.
the lone survivor of the first adventure.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm a chicken.
Yeah.
Hey!
Oh, so yeah, no, Ari's gonna grab it.
Okay.
Is there magic coursing through it?
I mean,
No?
well, you're not exactly a magic user, so it's not like you're super
He said I
attuned
could
to
feel
these
it.
things. Well, he may have been dramatizing it a little
I
bit.
kind of
He's
But it does
he's
seem-
gonna look him directly in the eye while they're real close and be like, "I feel no magic."
Well, you feel that it's like pretty impressive for a dagger.
No, I don't.
You do.
I don't.
You do, actually.
You can't tell me how I feel. What?
What was the price?
Oh. What were we? I don't know.
We were at 90 is where we were, so be like, this really isn't 90.
80 tops.
80.
80. Yes. Ari's gonna let go and like put his hands in his pockets.
You know, I really hate to let this go for 80 silver, but since you seem so skilled,
You'll
and
let me give you 70.
I've heard that I'll let you give me 80, as you offered.
It's like 8. That's what I was trying. We need to go get paid first.
No, because Robin has a bunch.
I don't have a bunch. I have 38.
38. That's hard. We're not. I don't think we're hitting that amount. So you have 8.
Yeah.
We could give him a down payment now.
Yeah, and then he's gonna leave town with it.
No, someone stays with him.
Yeah, we'll give him. We'll leave you here with him and go talk to Deirdre so we can get the rest of the money.
Okay.
Yeah. We're gonna go pick up some money from our bank, and we'll be right back. We're gonna leave Ari with you, so you know that we have to come back for our freight.
Going to pick up some money from the bank, eh? I understand. I'll see you shortly.
Yeah, the bank.
Indeed.
That shit sounds shitty as fuck.
He doesn't care who's getting paid.
Just a random passerby with a very low voice.
Let's go find Deirdre like we planned.
Alright, you actually find her at the monastery because one of the brothers told her that, actually it was announced at the noonday speech, so you find her there and she's very relieved. Mr. Arwell happens to be resting at the moment, and she's like, "Oh, thank you so much. You were so brave, and I owe you so much. Here, it's everything I've got, but you've more than earned it." She hands you a sack with 537 silver pieces in it, as promised.
Could we leave her the 37 so we can evenly split it and she can have some money to live with?
I mean, I guess the evenly splitting argument's pretty good, but I could do that with 536 just as easily as 500 even.
But for patrons just been mortally wounded and he can't, paint for a while. We just want to
Look,
make sure.
I said I guess. What do
Okay.
you want from me? An enthusiastic, I'll give you 37 silver?
Now, Deirdre, we don't want to take all of your money because we want you to be able to have some to survive with.
Are
So
you
we'll-
certain?
Yes. So we'll leave you the 37 for yourself.
Oh, thank you so much. The stories about you really are
Legend
true.
lives on.
Well, to be fair, that was all you.
Yeah.
Like, if someone brings that up, like, he's so generous, I'd be like,
Yep.
eh.
He is.
I mean, with other people's money is what I might say.
You need to start giving away your glitter beard.
No.
No?
No.
It always stays with you? Okay.
The gem in his beard, you mean?
No, like a piece of your beard.
Fuck no! His beard is his measure of himself as a dwarf. That's why he wants to adorn it with gemstones.
Fair enough.
It's a damn shame Gron didn't roll that wizard. He could have had
I
an
know,
onyx
right?
stone on either side of his...
No, serious regret.
gem.
So, I guess we'll go back and do we want to put in for the dagger 3 ways?
Yeah, that sounds pretty reasonable.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure Robin has the money to cover that. So it'll be 26.6. So I'll put in 27.
How much did we get each?
What?
You guys just got paid, but not everybody. Just you two?
Yeah, because we were the only ones who went there.
So, well, I've got 38.
Yeah, so 26 is what you'll pay. And then I'll pay 27, and then Vox will pay 26.
Okay, so the 27 will cover the fractional portions?
Oh, it'll be a little bit more.
'Cause I can pay 27 as
I'll
well.
pay. Okay, yeah, let's do that.
Alright.
You're
So,
right, you're
27 from our 250?
right. Well, I don't know what you got.
We're splitting that 500 even.
Yeah, but I have, I've got my own money. Is my point.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
I got horse riding money, you know what I mean? I got dead wizard money.
So, Bindel,
Yeah.
I noticed you found yourselves a couple of gemstones earlier today.
Yeah, I was gonna use them to adorn my teeth. I'm gonna call it gleam.
Are onyx gemstones like the same value as the gemstones in the equipment guide? Or do they have a more value? Oh, you know,
I believe they're 15 silver apiece.
I'd be willing to give you
They are.
20 silver apiece for each of them.
Ooh. I could easily do that.
He wants them fucking gemstones, man!
Here you go. They're not used for anything like magical, right? They're just gemstones.
Yeah, they're just onyx stones.
Okay, yeah. Wow, I'm so rich.
This is so shady.
As you're
While they've
handing
been
over...
gone, while they've been gone, Ari is like asking the bard to tell wilder and wilder stories and giving him a copper for each one. So you have to tell me how much that costs.
I'll say that he's able to tell you 3 wild stories, one after another, as the others are gone. He is momentarily distracted when a jeweler is kind of like passing by, and he's announcing to people that he has magical charms that will ward off the evil spirits that came through the gate before Gron and the others could close it, and that this will keep them safe from any creatures of the night. And he's peddling some like different medallions and stuff, and some of them actually seem pretty old. And the bard is kind of like doing that thing where he raises his head and he's kind of like eyeing the jewelry, like.
Well, he's about to get paid, so...
Do we see that guy?
Yeah, he's kind of still set up as you arrive. And...
So I like hand over my portion, and I'm like looking over at the guy, and I go over, and I'm like, what do you got that's genuine?
Ah, genuine. Well, I happen to have this medallion.
And you can't
that,
fool me.
It comes from the time of Saint Garan himself. Look, and he shows you the medallion, and in the center of it, there's a symbol which is a shield with 2 crossed swords on it, which is the symbol of Saint Garan. But the part which is normally a golden helm, there's actually a skull there instead. So it's slightly different than the coat of arms you see flying all over the festival.
What's with the skull there?
Don't know.
How do I know this is genuine then?
I mean, I've taken all these items to the city to have them checked by the finest researchers, and they're all genuine items, I assure you. It's probably just slightly weathered or damaged from the time.
Can I feel that real quick? You can hold like the chain. Let me just kind of feel this.
He doesn't really seem very eager to do so, but he allows you to touch the medallion.
Kind of like feel it to see if my magic senses will tingle.
Well, you don't really have like...
Oh, I got magic senses.
I mean, it feels old.
I don't know. What are you asking for this?
100 silver. Guaranteed to protect you from evil spirits.
I'm sorry. You said how much?
100 silver.
It's still. It was more funny the first time. It's less funny this time. What's your actual price?
100 silver.
I'll give you 40.
You're funny, sir. The price is 100 silver.
50.
I'm not a street merchant. I'm an actual jeweler who's come to show his wares to the crowd.
The street. We're in the street. You're now a street merchant. This is what happens when you go to the street.
This is 100 silver, sir.
Well, without any proof that it's genuine or any knowledge that it actually protects people. I mean, I did get a riding pony today. I could be really blinging with this gold chain. Oh, do you take trade?
Sure.
I pull off my gold necklace and gold ring. What do you give me for these?
He gets out his little eyepiece and he inspects the jewelry, and he takes a look at the gold and silver necklace first. He's like, a fine piece indeed. I would pay you 30 silver for this.
Okay.
He inspects the gold ring, and he kind of holds it up to his eyepiece and checks it out from different angles. And he's like, this is also quite nice. 25 silver for this.
So 55, so then I need another 45 silver for this necklace?
Correct. These are fine pieces. Where did you get them?
Oh, an old friend of mine died and I inherited.
Ah, sorry for your
So,
loss.
they're actually, I'm glad to be rid of them.
Their painful memory.
I'll do that. 45 for this blingin' necklace of Scully St. Garan.
Very good, sir. Here you are. He takes the necklace and the ring from you, and he carefully wraps them up in his oilcloth, and he hands the necklace to you. And the bard has given the dagger to
Ari?
Alright, so the dagger is a dagger +1 when used in melee combat. So that's +1 to both your attack roll and damage done.
Nice.
When thrown, the dagger becomes a dagger +3.
Oh, nice.
That's cool.
That's
That's
exceptionally
really
cool, actually.
If only it came back.
Yeah, right.
Yes, if it was a boomerang, it would be truly powerful.
I'm going to take this medallion to the church and have them actually check it out, because I don't know that this guy actually did that.
So you find, well, actually, Friar Eric will be around the meadow if you want to take it to him, or you can take it to some of the
I'd
other...
rather go to Friar Eric.
Okay. So when you show him the medallion, he looks a little surprised, and he's like, "Oh, it's it does seem quite old. It does look like it would come from the time of Saint Garan, and the only thing is this symbol isn't quite right."
I was a little worried about that. It made me think it might be an evil artifact of some sort.
Indeed, it's quite unsettling, actually, to see such a thing. I do believe it's genuine, but perhaps it belongs to an enemy of Saint Garan. Instead, perhaps they made this symbol to mock him. But it certainly is an old and valuable artifact, either way. Very interesting. Thank you for allowing me to take a look at it.
Do you think it'd be a problem if I try and wear it? I mean, I assume it might be magical.
I don't see any problem with it. It's a shame about the symbol. If you'd like, we can use our tools at the monastery to change it, but...
I don't want to damage a relic.
I understand.
Alright, I guess I'm gonna see if it kills me.
Alright, you put the necklace on, and you don't really feel any immediate effect from it. But you do have the necklace on.
I put it below my robes.
Okay.
Well, there was something I wanted to talk to you about. One of our party members, Neil Goblin's son, is laid up in the monastery, and our group was talking about investigating those catacombs that we found over by the orc camp, but we can't go without our cleric. Is there any way to speed up his healing?
Well, that's the tomb of Saint Garan over there.
Oh, is it... Did we check to see if the orcs were infesting that as well?
Well, we didn't go inside, but, I mean, I assume such a holy place would repel those creatures.
But we didn't check.
No.
Do you want Garan and I to go check?
So, you won't disturb anything in the tomb, will you? You understand this is a sacred place.
I don't see why I would want anything from the tomb.
This is quite unorthodox, but... well, why don't we speak to Gran first?
Alright, let's go get Garan. He should be over, I'll take you. He was helping our, Ari haggle with the bard.
Ari.
Everybody's Ari. Alright, so you head over to where Ari and Granar, the bard, is singing a song about how Saint Garan was once trapped in a den with lions, but his bravery kept the lions at bay.
Ari's gonna be throwing the dagger into a tree to target practice.
And so the two of you come over to Gran.
Ron, I was just telling him that we'd be willing to go make sure no orcs made their way into the tomb of Saint Garan.
It's probably not a bad idea. I'm not keen on encountering any more orcs in
Well,
the city, but...
I was also telling him that we would need the help of our cleric and asking if there'd be any way to speed along his healing process so we could bring him with.
That would be helpful. Certainly wouldn't want any of those ugly creatures making a living up inside such a nice place.
Indeed. It would be heresy. Well, I suppose if Gran is going, I trust you, so I believe that you two will not disturb any of the holy relics in the tomb.
Excellent. Yeah, you have my word.
Well, after everything you've done, I could part with one more healing potion for your friend.
Excellent. I will meet you guys at the shack.
And I will accompany you.
Excellent.
Alright,
So
so...
I guess it'll just be me going back to... Well, Gron's just going to continue enjoying the festival then.
Alright.
Until bedtime.
So the friar heads back to the monastery, and they open the cabinet, and Neil Godlinson can hear... Had we used 3 potions already? One of them has been used, but... Oh, strange. You know, that Bingo Johnson made quite a speedy recovery. You don't think he would have... No. We must have used 3 and simply forgotten? Well, we gave our word to Gran. Pass me one of those potions. So they bring a healing potion to Neil Goblinson and help him to quaff it. He recovers 6 health up to his maximum.
Prune juice.
Again, waste.
Yes, but it's a waste for our party that we didn't have to pay for.
What fate awaits Mikhail Vetter? What secrets lie in the Tanner's book? And who will win the Garan Games? Tune in next time to Dorker Realms to find out!